Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Danjo. This is their part number PDF 161, and it's a 2 1/8 inch hole filler is what it is. That screw came out of the packaging. We're going to seal that up. Don't want to lose that screw before it gets to the client. It's a hole filler. This is a hole filler that's used, and I have one removed from the packaging here. That is used to blank off a 2 1/8 inch hole. It's going to look like that, obviously. When you have a rim exit device or a vertical rod as well. Now, this is different than a typical hole filler, which would have this plate on both sides, basically, and that it's clipped on the vertical sides, and it's clipped because an exit device, you know, many generic composite designed exit devices can receive trim from the outside, obviously, a knob or a lever. And that knob or lever is going to have a mounting plate that will look not unlike this sort of plate. And the reason this is clipped is because that mounting plate and the exit device will fit over it. And if you had a typical hole filler round on both sides, the rim exit device would not sit flush to the face of the door because the 2 1/8 inch standard hole filler would be interfering with the exit device sitting down because it's designed to sit over that standard mounting plate of that outside knob or that outside lever. Okay, there's a recessed area back there. So if you're doing a rim exit device, this would be the appropriate filler to use for that application. That would be on the outside. These two little dimples that are here, those are meant to go in the little half circles that are at 9 and 3 on a typical lock prep. This is made of steel and a prime coat finish. There are 3 components to this item, and that is, of course, the exterior plate with the welded threaded on post. It is the machine screw, and then the interior plate. And that screw, of course, is covered up by the exit device. This is going to work for doors up to 1 3/4 thick, right out of the box, most certainly. Okay, actually closer to 2 inch it'll work. You know, that's, I don't know the diameter of that bolt. It's probably 1032 would be my guess, just looking at it. So if you needed that to be cut down or, you know, for a thicker door, it's probably 1032. I would check that, confirm that prior to proceeding, though. The PDF panic device filler is one of several different filler plates available from Danjo. Let's switch to the screen view where we can take a look at the supporting documentation. Okay, so here is the item that we're looking at, the PDF 161 Prime Coat filler plate. Covers a 2 1/8 inch hole, fits under rim panic hardware. I remember the first time I sold a client a hole filler with a rim exit device, I was wholly unaware that they made such a panic device version. And the client said, yeah, that filler plate you sold me was good, but I don't think it was the right one because my panic device didn't fit all the way down. And I had consulted with my boss, and he said, no, yeah, there's one for panic devices. This is the one you want to use. So that's how I learned. Unfortunately, this industry is a bit of the school of hard knocks. But investigation in the catalog, you know, reading templates, reading installation instructions allows us to prevent those sorts of, you know, ignorant mistakes, meaning just lack of knowledge, meaning not being aware of something, you're ignorant to it. You know, unfortunately, sometimes sometimes your client's the best teacher that you have. A template is here, giving you the dimensional properties. I did not give you the outside dimension of the plate at all. I didn't do that. It's 2 5/8, they say. Yeah, on my tape measure, it's definitely 2 5/8. And then the interior plate is 2 3/16, and I can confirm that it is. I have it here on my desk. These 2 dimensions are indeed accurate. There's also the product catalog, and that's handy because it will allow you to review all of the filler plates available from Danjo, not only for hole fillers, and of course the BF 161 is the common hole filler. The BF-178 you bump into occasionally if you've got a smaller hole, like an 1.5-inch hole for a, a Schlage or a Kwikset deadbolt, or any lock that takes a hole smaller than 2 1/8. That might work out for you. Now, keep in mind, this will also work on any size hole, that is larger than that post that goes through the door, in the sense that it will fill the hole, but they're meant for 2 1/8 because it has these dimples on it. The PDF 161 is meant for a 2 1/8. The BF 178 would be the right option if you had, say, an 1.25-inch hole or some smaller hole that you wanted to blank off, because it doesn't feature the dimples and it doesn't feature this recessed area here. The BF 135 covers a hole up to 3 3/4. I'm curious about what that actually looks like. See if we can pull up a template. Yeah, it has those dimples at 9 3, but I can't think of nothing. I can't think of a lock that's going to take such a large hole off the top of my head. Obviously, it exists, or it might be for some sort of odd, panic device preparation or some sort of specialized lock preparation, but nothing comes to mind what would require a plate that's 3 5/8 overall wide. But nonetheless, it obviously exists. They make it. Other hole fillers are here, conversion plates. In the world of hole fillers, obviously fillers for the edge of a door, the mortise lock fillers, the edge of the cylindrical lock prep, the 161 prep or a 160 prep. Hinge shims, fillers for hinges as well, strike plate preps, EPT preps, that's electric power transfer. That would be a Von Duprin sort of EPT prep. If you needed to close that off, they have a plate for that. Conversion plates from an 86 edge to a 161 is here. You can even convert a roller latch prep to a cylindrical lock prep if you needed to. Other filler plates for electric strikes, where you want to blank that off or turn it into a lock prep where you are removing an electric strike. Hinge reinforcements. So this entire catalog is really helpful in the sense that if you have a hollow metal shop or you deal with needing to have component parts that you would use on steel doors and frames in general, this would be the catalog to review. A neat little doodad here, the LSP1, that's a plastic piece of thin material, thin plastic, that's meant to allow you to install a lock or a latch bolt into the edge of the door when you're prepped at an 1.1/8 wide, but your latch bolt is only 1 inch wide. This elegantly covers up that extra 1/16 of an inch that would go otherwise left unfilled. Now, back to the item we're looking at. The link to the manufacturer's page is here. That link will allow you to review not only all of the Danjo products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. But we also have that broken down into the several subsection catalogs available from Danjo. If you know the name Danjo at all, you probably do for their latch protectors or their wraparound plates, but they have a comprehensive offering of strike plates, security strikes, extended lip strikes, custom strikes they can do as well. Thimble strike here we just saw. But other hardware as well. Hinges, ladder pulls, pivots, bolts, trim and auxiliary hardware like push plates, pull plates, flat goods like armor plates and kick plates, mop plates, stretcher plates, door stops as well. Let's wrap up this video on camera. So in conclusion, you're going to use this sort of filler when you are selling a client a door with a 161 prep in it and a rim exit device. And if you are doing that, you're probably going to need to supply the client with an EF161 as well, the edge filler for that same prep. So this very likely may go with that sort of item as well. If you have any questions on the PDF-161 and a PC or prime coat finish, or any other Donjo product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.